Good morning, everyone. This is Beth Ricklefs with IAMS, your life insurance sales director. Thank you for joining me this morning on Monday. We have Securian as our host today for our webinar. We'll be going over their different products that they have, their linked benefits, which has been a huge topic, and some different sales strategies. I'll start by giving a quick intro to IAMS, and then I'll turn it over to Securian to complete the rest of the webinar. So first of all, I will again thank you for attending the webinar today. If you're new to IAMS, we do want to congratulate you on any new business that you start writing with us. So in the first 6 months, we do have bonus levels to hit that result in better payouts on your annuity, life, long-term care business. So if all these levels here for new producer in the first 6 months are based on annuities, but for life insurance, it equals 10% of that. So single premium would be the same as an annuity. If you hit the $100,000 level, then that would equate to a 15-piece postcard mailer, iPad, $750 in cash, and then you can move all the way up to $1 million level, which obviously the prizes get higher for the higher level of production that you have. You can cash out whenever you want to, but this would be based on the business after you contract for the first time with us. In the first 6 months, what type of business that you write with us. We also want to give you incentive to continue to do business with us. Our business is not very different than yours, and some of the very best clients that we can work with are from referrals from our existing agents, people that you know that are successful in business and would be a good fit for IAMS. So we do offer a referral bonus, which is a $50 one-time bonus as soon as they get contracted. And then we also pay a commission of different levels based on the product line, 0.15% off life, 0.075 off a single premium life, index annuity 0.20, and MIGA 0.10. This is not a haircut off of their commissions or your commissions. That comes exactly right out of IAMS' pockets. We also know that reinvesting in your business increases our business as well. So we do have our marketing reimbursement program. For every 100,000 of index annuity premium, that's $100 of marketing reimbursement that you can use for things like a website. You can use it for training for CLU, CHFC. You can use it for business cards, leads, mailers, etc. If it's single premium life, that's going to be $200 for every $100,000 of single premium life, and for 10,000 of target, that equals $200 as well. We have your back office support covered from every single direction, whether it is case design that you are working with your life insurance sales director or annuity director. On the life insurance side, I know a big importance is pre-screening. If you have somebody that has some health conditions, we do have an in-house underwriter now that we can pre-screen those cases. The directors and our associates are very well versed in what type of life insurance products are out there on the market to give some unique ideas to help you write life insurance business as well as on the annuity side. Our website is a tremendous support on the back office support as well as far as getting forms at your fingertips. Once business comes in-house, we have a very dedicated line of case managers on the annuity and life insurance side to make sure that we're getting that business placed and moved through the queue as quickly as possible. That's as important to us as it is to you because we need to get paid as well. Obviously, this is a commission-based business, and if business is sitting there and case status without getting it moved towards paid, then we all have a problem. We can design life and annuity quotes. We have all of your top sales directors here, and we do use Surance Bay for our paperless contract, which is very key, especially in the world of most states besides the state of Pennsylvania being just in time. The paperless contracting with Surance Bay is very key. Our IMES website is available to you 24/7. Some things that I would look at is under support, there's the sales resource library. If you haven't registered for our website, you want to do that first, and that's just going to imesinc.com. And then over here on the top right-hand corner, you'll find a register button, and you want to get that done. If you have any problems with that at all, just reach out to either a life sales director or annuity sales director or one of our associates, and we'd be able to help you out with that. But under the support tab, we've got a sales resource library, which covers just about every single topic you can think of when it comes to advanced marketing. There are sample documents, calculators, fact finders, PowerPoint presentations, a lot to look at there. We have our term quoter. Our term quoter actually is dual service. It does the term quotes as well as guaranteed universal life. It's always accessible. You can find your forms online, industry links. All of our webinars are linked to that. Everything that we do on a Monday morning meeting or any other department, you're going to be able to find on our website as well. One thing about COVID, it has really set a fire to having more electronic application options available. We have all of them. Firelight is going to be geared more towards annuity business. iPipeline or iGo eApp Solutions is going to be geared more towards the life insurance side of things. And then we have Sunfire. If you've never done an e-application on any of the platforms or one, maybe, I would highly encourage that you make an effort to switch your business plan to doing that. It does allow for business to go through a lot cleaner and a lot faster. It's a lot easier to manage. So, and it gives you the opportunity to do business from far away. You're not driving 45 minutes to meet somebody in person to get wet signatures on an application. You can do it virtually by using the platforms of eApp. And like I said, there's less mistakes and the business goes through a lot cleaner and quicker if we can use an e-application platform. I don't have a slide for iGo eApp, but as I said, Firelight has a lot more annuity options. There's a few life insurance options on Firelight. The most common question I get when somebody is getting ready to do an e-application is they end up on Firelight and they say, I can't find North American to do the life insurance. Well, we can't do North American life insurance on the Firelight, but we can do it on iGo eApp Solutions. But don't feel bad about calling in and asking for direction on that. We're happy to help you out with that as well. We have one of the best creative marketing teams, in my opinion, out there out of any IMO. I've been in this business for 21 years, and one of the great things about doing business with any IMO that has a creative marketing team is that you're not having to recreate the wheel by going to any other marketing organization to get brochures, business cards, logo design, websites, help, because we know the industry and chances are we've already built it. So you're not wasting time and energy trying to build it with a marketing organization that doesn't have any basis with insurance or life insurance or annuities or any of that such. So our creative marketing is right there. If you never done it before, I would highly recommend that you reach out to either one of your life or annuity sales directors and do a marketing analysis. What that will do is that will take a a snapshot of where you are with marketing with your business right now and get some indication of where you want to see your business go. And then your life insurance director or annuity director is going to work with the creative marketing team to design a marketing plan that's completely free. And it's going to, it'll talk about all kinds of things, whether your presence on LinkedIn, Facebook, any of the social media platforms, or useful logo design, website design, all of that stuff. Plus, it's going to help you with the different marketing and lead generation systems that we have. One thing that we found is that out of all the agents that we work with in all 50 states is that the lead sources they don't work the same in all areas of business. So by going through that marketing analysis, we can really pinpoint the things that are going to work in your business so that we can implement the correct things. We also have IMS Wealth Management. So maybe you're unhappy with your current broker dealer. Maybe you have thought about getting into managed money but never made the step towards doing that. IMS Wealth Management is there to help you out there. Who you want to contact out there is Duncan. And if you have any questions on that, just reach out to a life or annuity sales director. And then we are at the end of the year, so our life annuity academies are at a wrap right now. We will probably have our first one in 2024 in April or so. We usually team up with a company. In the past, it's been Athene, North American, Equitrust, Allianz, and that's it's about a 2.5-day program actually, of being able to be with the top producers that are out there in the country and get ideas from them, but also hear about marketing trends and sales ideas to get you pumped up for the rest of the year. If that's something that you're interested in, you want to make sure that you reach out and let your directors know. Also, there will be plenty of advertisement and information on our website as those dates come up for you to sign up preliminarily for us to decide on who gets invited to those life and annuity academies. We are doing our Seaside Sanctuary. That's our trip right now. We also have a trip that is going on with Athene right now through November. So October and November, we are doing double the credit qualification points for the Athene business. So you can double qualify on these two trips. Life insurance production definitely counts towards that as well. If you're curious about the percentage that it counts on these trips, just reach out to one of your life insurance sales directors and we'd be happy to share that with you. And then make sure that you're liking and following us on Facebook and LinkedIn. That's a great way to catch up on any of the webinars that you might have missed out on. And with that, I will go ahead and change the panelist over to Channing here. There you go.
All right, can you see my screen?
I sure can.
Okay, thank you very much, and thank you to everybody for attending today. I just going to spend a couple minutes just talking about who Securian Financial is, and then I'm going to turn it over to our life and linked benefit specialist, Bill Nelopinski and Charles King, kind of go through some of the products. But I wanted to start off at the beginning here, just talking about who is Securian Financial. Now, my name is Channing Schmidt. I am the life regional vice president for the North area, which includes insurance, agency marketing, and Securian has gone through a lot of different changes through the last couple of years. We have sold our broker dealer, we've sold our retirement plan business, and we are now really focusing on the life and annuity and long-term care benefit area of financial services. Just a little bit about us. One of the things that I think would surprise a lot of people is we don't really do a lot of promotion. We have done very little in the past. In the last couple of years, we've had some promotion with Major League Baseball, some with the NHL, especially with our Minnesota Wild NHL club here. But we are the 7th largest life insurance company in the United States, which is pretty impressive. We have provided $3.9 billion of benefits. That was in 2022. And we have $1.5 trillion of life insurance in force. We've got lots of employees, we've got lots of investments, and we also have started becoming very prevalent in Canada as well. And so we have customers both in the United States and Canada. Where we are in the Comdex rating is we're really proud of our 96 Comdex rating that's there. You can see here all of the different companies that have rated us. We are definitely one of the most highly ranked companies that are there on the life insurance side. So let's do this. Let's jump over and let's do an overview of life insurance products. And Bill Lipinski, I'm going to turn it over to you. Bill, can you give us a quick overview of our life products?
Yeah, thanks, Channing. Can everybody hear me okay? Yes, I'm going to say yes on that.
Yes.
So I appreciate the opportunity, to work with your group or to talk a little bit about the products that we have. So I'm not going to go through any slides, but I'm going to share some highlights. So right now, we are very competitive in the protection space. So we have our Eclipse Protector policy. We can run a no lapse guarantee out to age 120 or dial that back to any age you would like. We're very competitive in that premium space at virtually any age. We're probably in the upper quartile rank, number 1 or 2 in most of the ages and underwriting classes. And that would also hold true for the design strategy that you incorporate, whether it's a single pay, full pay, 10 pay, or any other type of payment plan. So we're very competitive there, and I'd certainly encourage everybody to look at that. And in a little bit here, I'm going to talk about another strategy that we're using with that particular product. We also have a very competitive second to die policy, which would include a no lapse guarantee agreement. And what I can tell you from the sales desk here, at least at Securian, is there has been an awful lot of interest in the second to die market again, or resurgence. That has to do with some changes that are coming up here, some sunset provisions with our federal estate taxes. So really encourage everybody to take a look at our product here with on a second to die nature. The other product that we have is our Eclipse accumulator. So we have an Eclipse Protector, which is the protection side, both on the second to die and the individual side. The accumulation, of course, is our accumulation IUL product. We do have these as 2 separate products. It's very difficult to have both protection and accumulation in the same product. So we have those separated out. What I can tell you about our accumulator is we are competitive in what I would consider a max distribution scenario. Here's the type of premium I want to pay, minimum death benefit, type of cash accumulation and distribution. We do have very low charges currently in our product, and that's what makes us very competitive in that arena. The other product that we have out there is our term, our Advantage Elite Select 17 term. We have some pretty unique features on there, and what I can tell you right off the bat is that we're not going to be the least expensive. When you talk to the people over at IAMS and looking at term insurance, we're not going to show up. We'll be in the upper quartile, but we're not going to be at the top. But more importantly, what I'd like to share with you is a couple of options that we have that I believe kind of separate us from the from the term market out there. We have a product where we have a feature called our chronic illness conversion agreement. And really what that is, and this is available in all states except California right now and New York, chronic illness conversion agreement is a rider on our term policy that would allow not only the contractual conversion of your base life insurance policy, but also to our chronic illness agreement, our acceleration of death benefit for chronic illness agreement, which is essentially our long-term care category agreement. This is pretty unique in the industry. You're actually underwritten for it at the time of the term insurance, but it allows for that contractual conversion for any time up to age 65. We sell a lot of insurance, a lot of term insurance based on that particular feature. It adds flexibility to your customers, and it certainly allows for good conversation. Now, it does it does come with a cost, right? So you're probably looking at 3 to 4% off the base insurance, but I would really encourage you to take a look at that, in particular if you're looking at some longer term planning and conversion options. Our term insurance is also convertible to our second to die policy with some restrictions. It will be allowed for the first 3 years of the term policy, and you can take 2 individuals that have term policies with us and exercise your conversion privilege into one second to die policy up to a maximum of $5 million. So probably not too unique, but we don't see that or talk about it an awful lot with our term policy. Finally, I want to talk about our premium deposit account, essentially a side account. You're probably all familiar with that. We are very competitive in our crediting rate. Right now it's 5.25%. But where does that play in with everything I have talked about so far? What we're seeing, at least on our sales desk, is a lot of activity around people that may have monies on the sidelines, lump sums of money that they want to use, they want to leverage to transfer to the next generation, or even a wealth accumulation. And as all of you know, when you do a single deposit into the life insurance, in almost all circumstances, you're going to create a MEC, or you're going to have a very large death benefit that may not be very efficient for what you're doing. So we have the premium deposit account. Again, I would encourage everybody to look at that. It's a good place to do single deposits and then go ahead and sweep the premium into the life insurance contract, whether it's on a death benefit guarantee design or it's on an accumulation design. Because of the fact that we have that higher crediting rate, we're seeing an awful lot of activity, and the cases look very attractive. Those are the life policies that we have. That's where we're standing right now. Again, I would encourage you to call your marketing department at IMES and give us a look. So we're going to save some questions here until the end, but Channing, I'll throw it back to you and kind of introduce our next presenter.
All right, thanks, Bill. Next, let's turn over to our linked benefit SecureCare products. And Charles King, are you able to join in with us?
I am, Channing. Thank you for having me. And I am.
Thanks.
Do I have the ability to show a presentation, or is that not possible here?
Yes, I'll change presenter here. There you go.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. I appreciate you greatly. Can everyone see my screen okay?
Yep.
Great. All right. Well, as you heard, Channing introduced me. I am Charles King. Thanks for having me. Thanks for this opportunity. I'm here to tell you about our linked benefit product, the magnificence of SecureCare 3. While we're going over this, I want to point out a few things that are what I like to call our core features for each and every one of the applicants or policy owners and holders, and that is the guarantees of SecureCare 3, which is first and foremost is that if they need long-term care, they're going to get it guaranteed. It's going to be a cash indemnity benefit that doesn't have any restrictions. In other words, we don't need receipts. We don't need proof of purchase or any of that effect. It's going straight to the client's bank account, which is a beautiful thing and a beautiful bit of freedom to have. The second guarantee that each client's gonna get is a guaranteed death benefit. So not only is the face amount that you see gonna be their death benefit, but if they completely exhaust their long-term care benefit pool, 100%, they're still going to get a guaranteed minimum death benefit of at least 10% or $10,000, depending on which is the greater. I'm sorry, which is the lesser, 10% of the face amount. And the third guarantee is that if they want their money back, we do have 3 different return of premium options, which I'd be happy to go over a little more in depth later. One is a vesting option that guarantees 100% of the premium paid once a vesting schedule is continued. The second is a 75% return of premium option. It offers a little bit bigger benefit pool than the vesting option does. And the third, which is the bread and butter for the clients and everyone really, is the long-term care boost, where it highly leverages the premium dollars towards the long-term care portions, long-term care benefit pool, excuse me. And the fourth guarantee, this one I personally think is a very sweet spot because of times like COVID, when people lose jobs and things of that effect, and it impacts their ability to pay their premiums. That brings in the fourth guarantee. They're not going to lose their policy. Instead, they're going to receive a reduced paid up benefit if they can't pay their premiums. Great features to have, excellent benefits for everybody that gets a policy. Now let's take a look at a case study here. Let's take a 62-year-old woman looking at a $100,000 single paid premium with a 6-year benefit, 3% compound inflation protection, and that long-term care boost return of premium option I was telling you about. What you're looking at here is the breakdown of the acceleration and extension of benefits. So you see how we get those 6 years and how those how that benefit pool is summing up to these totals. The first 2 years of the acceleration is the acceleration. It's going to accelerate. It's going to spend the death benefit dollar for dollar across the first 2 years. Then the 4-year extension is going to kick in, given a total benefit period of 6 years. And as you can see, with 3% compound inflation protection at 85 years old from 62, that is a healthy sum. Excuse me. And getting into some of our product features and benefits, if you will, there are multiple returns of premium options. So it's not just stuck, clients not just stuck into a single pay or a 15 pay. They also have the ability to, without any penalties or fees, pay monthly instead of annually if they wanted to do a 5 or a 7 or a 10 pay, with 15 years being our maximum. And also, also we have the optional inflation protections, which I've mentioned. We also have a 5% simple and compound option as well, with the benefit periods as low as 4 years and as long as 8. There's also a waiver of premium option available for the client. So if something were to happen to them and maybe they have to go on claim before expected, instead of them having to pay their premiums, Securian Financial is going to pay it for them. Another great feature here is that because it is on 7702B tax schedule, that there is potential to deduct the long-term care premiums. Of course, those are going to be subject to the limitation of the age or federal limits, tax limits. And there is a 90-day inflation period. Elimination period. That does not, it's 90 calendar days. It doesn't just take Monday through Friday or 8 days per day. It's 90 calendar days, 24/7. The best part about that is that if a client, that 90-day elimination period starts at the date of diagnosis. So once the client's certified as chronically ill, that's when that 90-day calendar clock starts. So whether that's 6 months from now or tomorrow, that 90-day clock starts today because I just got diagnosed. Not really, but you bear with me. There are also terminal illness benefits, which will accelerate the face amount through a 12-month period. as one lump sum to help pay for any kind of, to help pay for whatever it can with regards to hospital bills and things of that effect. As we all know, when somebody's terminally ill, it can be quick and painful to see and live through. Pardon me. Sorry about this, folks. I jumped a little bit ahead of myself here. So getting into those return of premium options, I was saying that the vesting option is 100% return of premium refund if the client does decide to cancel their policy. That is subject to a vesting schedule. So with a single pay or 5 pay, at day 1 of year 6, they would be able to receive 100% of their premiums paid. And at 7, respectively, it would be day 1 of year 8. With a 10-year pay plan, it'd be day 1 of year 11, and so on. With the 75% return of premium option, like I said before, it is going to provide a larger long-term care benefit pool. However, if the clients do wish to cancel their policy from day 1, they'll have access to 75% of it all the way through age 120. And with a long-term care boost, that is going to be the cash value, the true cash value of the long-term care policies. So somebody starting off at 50 or 60, by the time they reach 75 to 80, is very likely that the true cash value of their policy may supersede what they've paid in premiums. I've seen it happen many times. It's an excellent return of premium option, and it provides the largest long-term care benefit pool. And with the waiver of premium, like I said, the clients will not be held responsible for any premiums that come up while they are on claim, and they're not going to have to repay them either. So if a client has a 10 pay, goes into care at year 5, and they're there for 2 years, well, years 6 and 7 is taking care for them. When they get better, fortunately, people do get better, and if they do, they wouldn't pay 6 and 7 back. They just pick up at 8 and take care of 9 and 10. It's a great bit of leverage. It costs less than 3% of the total premium paid. And I've seen it as low as slightly under 0.5% of the total premium. So it's a really, really good option to provide for your clients. It's something that you'd rather have and not need than need and not have. Our pricing is very competitive right now. We have been all year. I'll go into a few case studies so you can see what some of our competitors, our main competitors, are offering in at the same case study example. Here we have a 60-year-old female, age 60, with $100,000 single premium, the 6-year long-term care benefit option, and the long-term care boost return of premium with the 3% inflation. Here you can see how the numbers stack up. First 2 years, the extension of benefits, and then the total long-term care pool, ultimately giving a monthly maximum benefit of $5,589. And you can see how our competitors do match up to us. And these are with the latest and greatest pricing numbers from each of these individual competitors, as you see here. Male, same scenario, 60, $100,000 single premium, 6-year long-term care benefit, long-term care boost, and 3% compound inflation. As you can see again, SecureCare 3 shines, and it's going to continue to do that in almost every age range from 40 to 75. And if they're looking at a 10 pay policy, same scenario, $100,000 over 10 years or $10,000 for 10 years, 60-year-old woman, 6-year benefit period with 3% compound inflation. The numbers speak for themselves. They really do. They speak for themselves. And for a gentleman that is 60 with the same 10 pay plan, as you can see, Our competitors are not competing better than we are, but there are some great other options in there. I mean, other benefits in there, such as the underwriting process. It is very streamlined in the sense that we do a 5-year MIB check and a 7-year for RX. There is no requirement of physicals or anything of that nature. It is a telephone interview. This will take place within 48 hours. I'm sorry, not the interview. It'll get scheduled within 48 hours of the application being submitted and accepted. And once everything is in good order. And here's the number to our pre-screen department, which ultimately helps speed up the process tremendously, because every time you pre-screen one of your clients, they're going to be given a case ID number. When you submit that application, drop that case ID number right on that application as well on a cover page, and they'll be able to pull up what's already been discussed, and it'll help make it a lot easier for the clients. Something else to note with the underwriting process is that if the clients are 56 years of age or older, they are going to be given a cognitive test assessment, and clients that are younger are subject to it if there's a family history of it. But there's no, we do not automatically require an APS. And when we do, we are looking for a reason to approve, not to decline. Excuse me. But yeah, it's a very streamlined process. It makes it a lot easier on the clients. And how we're going to find some of these clients. You've got your book of business. I've got plenty of materials to help you go through all of that and figure out different ways of benefiting them the most. One good example of this is a split 1035. We're one of very few companies that will actually take a 1035, and instead of it all being allocated to one policy, it can be split into two, which, like my colleague Bill Nalipinski pointed out, there are some excellent life policies that can go along with these. And yeah, that's pretty much the gist of the SecureCare 3 policy. I'm happy to reach out. I'm happy to take anybody's questions once you reach out. You can reach me directly at this email address. I'm sorry, at this website. This is my personal landing page. Okay, you can schedule a meeting, request a quote, or get any kind of marketing materials, or if you just want to go over different ideas, give me a shout. I'm full of knowledge. It's all at the click of a finger. That's what I've got.
Hey, Charles, I'm getting a few questions about any time frame in California, or what kind of solutions you might have in the state of California.
Excellent question. I've been awaiting that answer myself. We do not currently have anything in California, SecureCare. We do not currently have any SecureCare policies in California. It is in the works. When that's going to come online, I don't know what that horizon looks like. Are there any other questions? All right. Channing, I give this back to you. Thank you for your time, and appreciate this opportunity.
Sounds great. Is there any other questions for Charles, Bill, or myself?
Yeah, could you go over that, the conversion on the accelerated benefits, or putting the rider on a permanent policy, how that goes down again?
Yeah, Channing, I'll take this one. I'd certainly be happy to. So on our term policy, it's called the Chronic Illness Conversion Agreement. It does go along with our extended conversion agreement. So what it does is it allows the contractual conversion to our acceleration of death benefit for chronic illness rider that we have on our policy and on our permanent policies. So essentially, what happens is this does have to be exercised before age 65, but a scenario could play out where an individual has a term policy with the chronic illness conversion agreement, and actually something happens to that person, provided that they're younger than age 65, while they have the term policy. The conversion option can be exercised both for the life insurance and for the chronic illness conversion agreement to a permanent policy with our acceleration of death benefit of chronic illness agreement. Pay the first premium, wait the 90-day elimination period, and then exercise their claim on the policy. So does that answer
awesome.
your question? So it's,
that's really and it's not a different term policy. It's just the term policy you offers that that benefit to be able to convert and get that rider on the Eclipse, let's say.
Yeah, that is correct. So it's an optional rider on the term policy. And again, I want to make sure that everyone understands this, that it is underwritten. So when underwritten on the term, not to the extent, same with our chronic illness agreement on our permanent policy. So is there a chance or a situation where somebody technically would qualify for the underlying life insurance and maybe not the rider? The answer is yes. Very rare situations, but it's understood. It needs to be understood that we are going to underwrite for morbidity, which is the very similar to the SecureCare product. But
okay, so it's a rider that you add on the term that would be underwritten.
That is correct.
Okay.
And
that's still pretty awesome. If you're at all familiar with the insurance, the term carriers out there that offer living benefits on their term, the way they discount that is like up to, I mean, it's hardly pennies that they are actually accelerating. And then the ones that will allow you to convert over to a chronic illness benefit usually limit it to like 5 years. So that's actually a really big deal.
Yeah, like, you know, we took a lot of time with it. We're excited about it. Again, our underlying term pricing, you know, isn't at the top of the list, but I think if you look at it, right, you can, in our term illustrations, the full illustration will actually break down the cost of each rider, which usually comes into play, right? It's like, well, how much does it cost extra for the rider? So as your marketing team at IAMS is looking at this, they should be able to see that. But yeah, it is. And again, you can convert to any one of our permanent policies that we have available for sale at the time of conversion. So again, that's another feature of the our conversion privilege with our term policy.
Okay, well, if I don't see any additional questions, if there's any questions that I missed, our sales team is going to be reaching out to everybody on the phone call to clarify any questions that you might have. Feel free. Of course, not all of our sales directors and associates are on the call, so they haven't heard what I've heard. So if you need to refer back to me, that's completely fine. But I'm going to ask a couple polling questions, and if everybody would participate in that, that would be awesome. So the one is if you want to have some more information on Securian. So that's everything. One thing I would point out, I really do hope that you come out in California, and I know that California is a difficult state, but when you're doing if anybody was paying attention to those comparisons, is that it is an indemnity policy, and that is a huge difference. Because they may not be using all of that benefit, and they can use it for other things versus the reimbursement. If they don't use it, it's not that they lose it, but it just stays in their bucket of benefits. And, you know, they might, you know, want some special, you know, toiletries or things like that of that nature that allows them to do that with indemnity policy or special modifications that they do to a home, etc. So I really like that about Securian shared product as well, or SecureCare as well. So if you have any questions, reach out to either Anthony Butler or myself, Beth Ricklefs. Anything else that you want to add, Channing?
Nope, not right now. Thank you so much, and thanks for the opportunity. We thank you for your business, and please let us know if you have any questions.
All right. Thanks a lot for being here. Have a great week.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you. Have a great week.